All right, we are live. This is the Drupal Media Team weekly Scrum. It's a recurring Scrum we have every Tuesday at 10:30 Central Time. I can't remember what time zone that is in other time zones. Um, but thank you for joining us. I'm just going to give everyone just a quick update on what you've been doing for the last week, and then we'll discuss any things we need to discuss as a team or bring up. We have a hack pad with notes that we are keeping, and I'll ask everyone that speaks to just kind of provide your own update in the hack pad afterwards, in cases where we don't have note takers, which I think is this week. And we have probably a short list of people to update since we had some Google Plus issues today. I apologize for that. We'll get it resolved next week. I'll just go ahead and get started with my personal update. Since last week we spoke, I've continued to talk with the media browser module maintainer, and he's been moving his module to a new namespace. So looks like today we should be able to take over the media browser namespace for Drupal.org, which is great news. So we'll get that taken care of, and that kind of finishes making sure we have all the namespaces available for our modules in Drupal 8, as far as I know. And I've been working a bit with the core patch for text formats and post-render caching and attached information, working with that for the entity embed issue. But we've also been having our Google Summer of Code student working on that as well. So that's it for me today. Yanez, go ahead.
So yeah, I also kind of reviewed and tested that core issue with post-render things. It looks good, but as I wrote, I'm not a field expert, and I don't feel like pushing it too ready to be committed. And now when Chicks expressed his concerns with security, we'll see how that progresses. I also tested the WYSIWYG filler. That looks very nice. Spent quite some time with Chandan working on this stuff. He was trying to do a unit test of it, and the issue there is that we need entity load basically, and it's not really unit testable. And then I suggested him to, instead of calling entity load, to use like manager service and then get storage and stuff. I assume it would be possible to mock that somehow, but I'm not that experienced with PHP units, so I'm not sure. But I assume it's pretty complicated. So maybe, do you have any more experience with that? Do you know any solution how to switch this, swap out the storage for entity type or something like that?
That might be a bit tougher. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have too much experience with trying to swap out entity managers or storage controllers for unit tests. No.
Who would be the right person to ask about this? Because I told Chandan that we should probably use entity manager as a service anyway, so told him to do that. Use create method and send stuff into constructor instead of calling things directly. And I told him that I will try to find someone that can tell us how to test this or tell us that it's impossible.
Well, since filters are plugins in Drupal 8, I'm guessing probably, Tim Plunkett would be a good person to talk to since he was involved in a lot of the plugin code and improving plugins. I know he would be a good person to talk to, at least off the top of my head.
To see what he has to say.
Okay.
Also spent some time on our sprint about discussing some stuff in media entity, that bundle thing is that I already mentioned once. We had some conclusions about that, so it looks okay for now. And spent some time yesterday with Ivica, who is also joining us, just discussing possible use cases of Entity Browser, making sure that we don't miss anything. Maybe he can tell more about that. And yeah, I will probably keep working on Entity Browser because it seems to. I think it's a very important part. So
Hmm.
yeah, this is basically my main priority for Austin because we're
Okay.
working there. And that's me, I guess.
All right. And I know that you worked on the roadmap draft, and
Oh yeah, right.
we were working on the core conversation, to just let you know that it's kind of my priority to review that and work on the presentation a bit, um,
Yeah, I mean,
today and tomorrow. So.
we should probably just like conclude whether that outline for session is final or not, and then
Mhm.
probably just uh, assign parts to both of us.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Last I looked at it, that outline is pretty good, so I was feeling pretty confident in that. I just need to get buckle down and get some work done on it. So.
I was just thinking maybe to add a, a minute or two just speaking about why media is important and why we should all, um, be do our best to improve it. I know it's obvious, at least it's obvious for us, but maybe in the audience, maybe just for that, just to make people feel that we're talking about something really important,
Hmm.
even if they know that this is important, just to give it, a little bit more sense of importance, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, gotcha.
Um, yeah, but otherwise, I also think that outline for our session is good. So I'm totally fine if we just like, you know, uh, decide which sections go to each one.
Okay, yeah, let's assign that after the scrum.
Yeah, cool. And then, how did you plan to like work on slides on GitHub or something like that? Or well, it probably makes sense to have one set of slides, right?
Yeah,
Must.
I think I saw that you had set up a Reveal.js repo at some point. Was that?
It's just empty. It was just a markdown file in there for now.
Mhm.
But yeah, it probably would be the easiest way to have a GitHub repo and work in it.
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah,
fine. Um,
cool. Yeah,
I could make pull requests for my section and stuff. Anything. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much, and thank you for all the work working on the roadmap draft and with the sprint last weekend. All right. Next and last, and I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Ivica.
Yeah. Hi
Okay.
guys. Well, I don't have to currently to say too much. Basically, yesterday I joined with Janis. We talked a little bit, and we have some roadmap and some Google Doc, which I will try to. Yeah, here it is. I think I will find him. Just a second. We just throw some ideas what to do. So where is it? Just a sec. Yeah. Okay. So. I guess first I will try to look at media entity views, filter plugin handlers and stuff like that. They made some improvements. Then I will try to help in entity browser and entity embed projects that happen on Git. And Janis told me to check the media entity migrate and to upload version 8 for Drupal 8. So that's some roadmap for, I guess, next couple of weeks for me to try to work on them, probably during the weekends and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, we also tried to figure some versions 0.1 for, I guess, for entity browser, right, Yanis? It was something like that. How it should work, how it should look.
Yeah.
We will try to do some basic, easy, nice implementation for the start that should be pluggable and fully configurable for everything we come on mind. So something like that. So we'll see how that will go. Yeah, that's most of the stuff for now.
Great. Yeah, it'll be great to have your help with the entity browser stuff. It's going to be the biggest challenge. So
if it's he comes from Montana Soft, and they have this module called Media Box, and he showed me how it works yesterday, and so their browser is very simple. So in case of a very complex use case, it's probably not powerful enough, but it's very, very user friendly for simpler use cases, and this probably means majority of use cases. So
gotcha.
he got some really good points. So he basically convinced me, because before that I was just thinking about all the features that we need in entity browser, but now he convinced me that we really have to also think about very simple use cases that entity browser needs to cover also. But in the same time, it needs to be able to do like complex stuff with a lot of tabs and
a custom workflow and stuff like that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to have feedback from other people, because this gives us a broader view about everything.
Are the kind of results of those conversations documented anywhere, or like do we have?
Yeah, we kind of wrote it down in a Google Doc. Maybe if it's maybe you can we have this Hackpad notes. Maybe you can.
I saw it. Yeah, I will just copy paste and we'll continue from there. Yeah.
Cool.
It's cool by me. Yeah. Just this is all media team. So this is more for the Scrum updates. But can we have some section where we like drawing all specification and plans what to do and how, or we'll just keep everything in one document? Or
so what kind of stuff again?
Sorry. So this Hackpad, I see it's more like reports from this week scrums in Tuesday, like what we were discussing and stuff like that. But can we have something like I don't know, project specification and like a plan, what we are actually planning to do and who will do what, something like that. Basically, like project specification, yeah, basically. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, feel free to actually create a new Hackpad. If you click the Drupal media kind of like gray box at the top right,
I see it, yeah.
That'll take you to our group of stuff, and you can make a new Hackpad from there.
Okay, cool.
In the group. So
yeah, but eventually we will probably want to have all these things on groups, on Wiki, or at least somewhere more publicly available. But for now, when we are working on this, we keep it on Hackpad until at least we have a more finished version of drafts. Because yeah.
Yep, agreed.
Okay, I will create this now and I will paste it on the IRT channel link or whatever. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds great. Thank you.
No problem, man.
All right. Anything else before we adjourn?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Just things to think about for next week. Keep thinking about. I'd love to hear if anyone had conversations with Drupal 8 rules people about crowdfunding. Maybe we can talk about that in Austin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
It might
had.
be a good conversation for Austin. So
Yeah,
um,
sure. I had. We chatted about it. They told me a few things. But yeah, let's do it in Austin.
okay,
It's
cool.
not
And
topic.
then probably for next week's Scrum, after updates, we'll probably focus on some sprint planning then. So
Yeah.
and kind of organization for what tasks we need people to do and what needs to get done. So
Yeah.
all right, thanks all. I'm
Okay.
gonna stop broadcasting here.